Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving.
Did it. Okay, it is 2026. Here we are. Baby, it's cold outside. Whew. And we're all warm and toasty in here. And with our Zoom folks being warm and welcome. We bid welcome on this first Sunday of the new year. Like Janice, we look forward with part of us looking backwards and part of us looking forward. We gather on the edge of the new year, saddened by our losses, cherishing our joys, aware of our failures, mindful of days gone by. We gather on the cusp of this new year, eager to begin anew, hopeful for what lies ahead, promising to make changes, anticipating tomorrows and tomorrows. We invite you to join in our celebration of life, of this new year, knowing that life includes good and bad, endings and beginnings, and we bid you welcome. As we begin this new year, may we each sit with our hopes, our wishes, our intentions, as we hear the striking of the singing bowl. May we release all into the vastness of our love. Let it be so. So, would you light our chalice, please? For the new year, just days old, beginning today, always beginning. We light our chalice, symbol of faith, perseverance, and hope, in astonished thanksgiving and irrepressible praise. For beginnings that emerge out of endings, appear amidst continuity, become visible in hindsight, we light our chalice, symbol of faith, perseverance, and astonishing hope. In astonished thanksgiving for all the times and the ways we have begun anew together, we light our chalice, symbol of faith, perseverance, and hope. In astonished thanksgiving and irrepressible praise. And our opening song today is number 57, and we're going to try. I'm going to try to sing along with. We're going to try to sing along and hope that this is if Dale were able to be here today, which even today she is not with us on Zoom because she needs to put her body in a way that can't Zoom and feel good. So she is here in her heart. And this is the hymn that Dale selected for our opening song for the first day of the new year. All Beautiful, the March of Days, hymn 57. And we're going to try to sing along with this beautiful UU chorus.
Lay
improvisation. I didn't even ask you to stand up. Thank you, Dale. Thank you. Our opening words today are group reading. And they're in your bulletin. I will read the bold, and you all read the italicized. Many hopes in our hearts. Welcome, beloveds, welcome. We come to spiritual community this morning with many hopes in our hearts.
The hope for inspiration, the hope for comfort, the hope for renewal.
In this time and space, may inspiration water our thirsty souls.
In this time and space, may comfort blossom in the gardens of our hearts and bring us sweet relief.
In this time and space, may renewed course through us.
As light as a surge of energy,
As serene as a nourishing meal.
as contagious as joy.
And bring us vitality and rejuvenation.
May our time together honor all those who hold within them.
May our time together bless us with the gifts of inspiration, comfort, and renewal. Matt, would you receive our offering? And this is the UU San Francisco Chorus. Thank you all for remembering about the Pishka and the Fofo, even though I did not remind you. No reminders needed. Thank you very much. Today is an open pulpit. An open pulpit. You brought your readings, your poems, your thoughts, your ideas, your hymn book, and we are going to open up this pulpit for our thoughts around intention for the new year.
the year so far is gratitude. Make a prayer acknowledging yourself as a vehicle of light, giving thanks for the good that has come that day, and an affirmation of intent to live in harmony with all your relations. As we begin to recover and get clearer, we are often overcome with moments of gratitude. We begin to see the possibility that we are not our disease. We have the disease of overworking and doing too much, and that is not who we are. We begin to see that we do have moments of clarity, and we truly like the person we experience during those moments. We begin to see that the good that we do each day and the good that comes to us each day. We have times of deep, heartfelt gratitude and love for ourselves, our family, our friends, and the world around us. We even begin to have a glimmer of what it would mean to live in harmony with all those around us. We are healing. I can truly give thanks for the good that is in my life, and I can give thanks for being me. This is from, again, I've brought this book once before. This is my book of meditations for women who do too much. And I've been accused of being one of those women. And I am going to try to work on being more grateful for those around me that help support me, and also to be grateful for just myself, that I'm good enough. I have a tendency to not feel that way. So, thank you.
I don't like getting up and talking in front of people, but anyway, I guess my word, I will take the gratitude and add hope to that. So in this past week, the heaviness of everything that's gone on was kind of overwhelming in politics, and until I got an email from a friend of mine whose brother-in-law was asked to create and read the inaugural poem for Mamdani's inauguration. Oh. And she sent me a link to to an article in the New York Times that interviewed him. And it was hopeful, first because I know this man, and also because it's easy to forget that there are people out there who are doing some fabulous, wonderful, strong things for us. And I'm not going to read the whole article, but when he got the email from the committee, he thought it was a phishing email, so he had to go verify that. And a couple of interesting, good quotes. He said, in his research for the inaugural poem, Mr. Eady came across a speech Mr. Mamdani gave at a campaign rally in Washington Heights in October called "Our Time Is Now." He said, billionaires have poured millions of dollars into this race because they say we pose an existential threat, Mr. Mamdani said in his speech, and I am here to admit something, they are right. And it was just so wonderful to read that. The speech, which Mr. Eady called a total rock star moment, exemplifies what he admired about Mr. Mamdani's campaign, a passion that never dipped into bitterness or anger. After watching it, he wrote 3 stanzas and then stepped away from the poem for a few days to let his thoughts percolate. And I have a couple of stanzas that I'm going to read. It says, New York, city of invention, roiling town, refresher, and renewer. New York, city of the real, where the canyons whisper in 100 tongues. New York, where your lucky self waits for your arrival, where there is always soil for your root. This is our time. And that's it. It just filled me with hope and gratitude.
Not tripping? Glasses up? So when I was in college, I took 6 semesters of ancient Greek, which started with reading the New Testament. And in that process, I discovered the word agape. So used in a sentence by Paul in his first letter to the Corinthians, he agape makrotheme, Christoitai he agape. Did pretty well after a long break from the language. So that means love is patient and love is kind, which is a lovely idea until the reality shows up. Agape refers to a big, generous kind of love that's selfless and intentional, less torrid romance and more, I'm choosing not to lose my tiny little mind right now. And honestly, agape doesn't usually show up in life's big moments. It shows up in the ordinary, everyday stuff. Like when my mom tells me the same story for what seems like about the 27th time this week, and instead of saying, yes, I know, you've told me 27 times already, and I was actually there when it happened, I just listen again because being heard matters more. Or when I'm driving and the person in front of me is out on a Sunday afternoon drive, while the person behind me is auditioning for the next Fast and Furious movie. Agape says, it's okay, we're all just gonna get there in our own ways. It shows up at work in seemingly endless meetings, listening to coworkers talk about capital S stuff, capital T that, capital D does, capital N not, capital M matter, while my own work sits waiting. And at the doctor's office that is always only 5 patients behind, we all know that that's just code for settle in, you're gonna be here for a while. What Paul is getting at is this: patience isn't just sitting quietly and seething. That's easy, but unproductive. Not only that, it's actively harmful to our relationships, to our psyches. Pema Chodron writes, patience has a quality of enormous honesty in it, but it also has a quality of not escalating things, allowing a lot of space for the other person to speak, for the other person to express themselves, while you don't react, even if inside of you, you are reacting. You let the words go and just be there. Patience is an enormously wonderful and supportive and even magical practice. It's a way of completely changing the fundamental human habit of trying to resolve things by going either to the right or to the left, calling things right or wrong. We stay in the middle of the energy, the path of touching in on the inherent softness of the genuine heart is to sit still and be patient with that energy. That's agape. It's choosing again and again to respond with a little more love and kindness than we feel like offering at the moment. And it's practicing agape with ourselves, giving ourselves permission to honestly feel what we're feeling, realizing that there sometimes is no resolution to the discomfort that we feel in these moments, and still responding with agape. And that's why I picked the word patience as my word of the year, because impatience is my kryptonite, a weakness that I would like to overcome. I need something to remind me, hey, maybe take a breath, maybe lead with love, maybe don't scream bloody murder, even in your head. So that's my practice this year, to keep circling back to patience, as a reminder that I can choose to react with love rather than frustration, kindness rather than anger, with agape.
Morning.
Morning.
I decided this morning that I was going to speak, so you're going to bear with me. The last couple months, I've been seeing a new doctor in Houlton, at Houlton Internal Medicine, and he asked me to get this book and start reading it. He recommended it. His name is Mark Kuzella, and he's at Houlton, and he's wonderful. And this book is called, probably many of you have heard of it, it's called The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. And as many of you know, I have to use a compression machine every day as part of my therapy for lymphedema, and it's an hour every morning and an hour every night. And I have made a promise to myself and to him that I will start reading this book, and I have. I'm on page 39. And I just happened to read this morning a section that goes right along with a lot of the things that Catherine has said and also Joyce. And as I said, it's called The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. And I'm going to read you one page. And it refers also to Martin Luther King, who, as we know, that day is coming up soon too. Detachment theory teaches us how to emotionally distance ourselves from situations that trigger us. When you say let them, you're practicing emotional detachment. You create a mental gap between your emotions and the situation at hand, allowing yourself to observe what's happening without being consumed by it. The result, you remain calm, clear-headed, and in control of your actions. And that part I have to work on a lot. And I'm hoping that by reading this book it will help me. True power lies in our response. While working on this book, I had the honor of sitting down with Martin Luther King III and Andrea Waters King, global human rights advocates and co-authors of What Is My Legacy? Realizing a New Dream of Connection, Love, and Fulfillment. I was appearing on their podcast, My Legacy, and we were talking about the Let Them Theory when Martin said something that I wanted to share with you. He said that the Let Them Theory represents a profound truth. Choosing peace is not weakness, it is power. This idea resonates deeply with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy and his father, Daddy King's vision of nonviolent action. Let them doesn't mean giving away control. It means reclaiming it. By choosing how we respond, by not feeling anger, hatred, or negativity, we exercise the ultimate power over ourselves. As Daddy King once said, in the face of unimaginable loss, I refuse to let hatred reduce me. This message is a call to recognize the strength we hold in our response, one that can transform our families, communities, and even the world. As I sat across from the Kings and listened to Martin and Andrea share this with me, I felt humbled, knowing that this theory is way bigger than you or me. It embodies an important truth about life. You always have power, no matter what is happening around you. Martin then added, true power lies in our response. My father believed that nonviolence was not passive, but the most courageous form of action, choosing peace when hatred tries to provoke. By refusing to react with bitterness, we reclaim our power and shape a better future. And the word choosing matters. You reclaim your power by choosing how you respond. This theory is a tool that helps you do it. And that page popped out at me this morning, and I decided I wanted to share that. Thank you.
My word for 2026, or our word for 2026, is creativity. It seems like we're caught in a cycle of destruction. Like everywhere you turn, things are being torn down, torn apart, changed, removed. And that feels very threatening. But within that structure, there's also that opportunity for creation, for moving things forward in a more positive way. So for 2026, Ira and I are going to be involved in a cycle of creation. And I hope it goes on beyond 2026, but 2026 will be the start of it. And you're all invited to participate. Stay tuned for more information. But I just want to encourage everybody to find that little joy of creativity and work with it. And everything I've heard today, from hope to patience to detachment. And that book, by the way, I recommend that book to a lot of people. If you struggle with detachment, that book will give you some really earnest, easy tools to realize how you do it and how strong that makes you feel when you don't feel in control, but you truly are. So creativity is my word for the year, and I look forward to sharing more creativity with you, and I hope that you all share your creativity with us. So that's my word.
Does anyone on Zoom want to share?
Yep, muted.
Oh. Yes, we can hear you now.
This is an excerpt from a pocket guide to Thich Nhat Hanh, the Zen Buddhist monk. And this is actually the first page in it, and I keep coming back to it. I keep going farther in the book, but this one really helps me to reground, and I'll just share this. I think this really goes along with basically what everyone has said, and it's about paying attention and being mindful and being present, which I think we all struggle with when life is so chaotic and so hectic, and our head is just constantly on the swivel trying to pay attention to everything, mine very much included. Okay, so it says, a life of miracles. As we sit down next to a stream, we can listen to its laughter and watch its sparkling waters, noticing the pebbles glistening and the fresh green plants nearby, and we may be overcome with happiness. We are one with the stream's freshness, purity, and clarity. But in just an instant, we may find that we have had enough. Our heart is troubled, and we think of other things. We are no longer at one with the stream. It is of no use to sit in a peaceful forest if our mind is lost in the city. When we live with a child or a friend, their freshness and warmth can relax us. But if our heart is not with them, their precious presence is neglected and they no longer exist. We must be aware of them to appreciate their value, to allow them to be our happiness. If through carelessness and forgetfulness we become dissatisfied with them and begin asking too much of them or reprimanding them, we will lose them. Only after they are gone will we realize their preciousness and feel regret. But once they are gone, all our regrets are in vain. Around us, life bursts forth with miracles. A glass of water, a ray of sunshine, a leaf, a caterpillar, a flower, laughter, raindrops. If you live in awareness, it is easy to see miracles everywhere. Each human being is a multiplicity of miracles. Eyes that see thousands of colors, shapes, and forms, ears that hear a bee flying or a thunderclap, a brain that ponders a speck of dust as easily as the entire cosmos, a heart that beats in rhythm with the heartbeat of all beings. When we are tired and feel discouraged by life's daily struggles, we may not notice these miracles, but they are always there. Have a look at the apple tree in your yard. Look at it with complete attention. It is truly a miracle. If you notice it, you will take good care of it, and you too are part of its miraculousness. Even after you have cared for it for only a week, its leaves are already greener and shinier. It is exactly the same with the people who are around you. Under the influence of awareness, you become more attentive, understanding, and loving, and your presence not only nourishes you and makes you lovelier, it enhances them as well. Our entire society can be changed by one person's peaceful presence. Our minds create everything. The majestic mountaintop, brilliant with snow, is you yourself when you contemplate it. Its existence depends on your awareness. When you close your eyes, as long as your mind is present, the mountain is there. Sitting in meditation, with several sense-closed windows, you feel the presence of the whole universe. Why? Because the mind is there. If your eyes are closed, it is so that you can see better. The sights and sounds of the world are not your enemies. Your enemy is forgetfulness, the absence of mindfulness. And I just feel like that's really very poignant, very significant. And on Nancy's point, I think that listening to Mamdani's speech, the 26 minutes are available on many platforms, C-SPAN on YouTube, and it is probably the first time I have felt hope in a very, very long time. And so it's nothing to shake a stick at, it's nothing to laugh at. It's important that we feel that glimmer of hope because they're few and far between right now, and it's important that we all appreciate them when we get them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'd like to share that my word going forward for this new year is gratitude, which is a very popular word this morning. And I've kind of shortened up what I want to say because it's really been said. But I went to a quick quote by Desmond Tutu that says, "Do your little bit of good where you are." It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. For me, I want to go forward with a focus on being mindfully grateful for the life lessons each new day offers, including myself, looking at the good little pieces of me and knowing that it takes just the little steps each day that we all can put together to make positive change. So that's going to be the beginning of my journaling each day. And thanks for opening up this service today. It's really meaningful to me.
Anyone else? The good little pieces of us. How the good little pieces of us. And here we are. Here we are on this first Sunday of the new year. Our first Sunday that Dave is not here. And what we have done is that amazing piece of our UU world that says there's no one voice, that we are the voices, that it is in our coming together and our shared voices, which we all did today. Such intention, such presence, and may we be able to be friends with all those intentions that we have for this new year and continue to share and be present with each other. Our closing song for today is hymn 163. And once again, and if we can rise, so we'll all sing along. 163. And one of these days we'll learn how to put the words up for those who are zooming along. For the earth forever turning. There's our Zoomers. I have the intention that we're going to manifest some piano players.
I just bought a keyboard.
All right, I think we have an opportunity for you. Oh, here we are, warm in our hearts and in our being together. Thank you, Carol Ann and Seth, for bringing goodies for coffee hour. There is an opportunity for all, and there is a new sign-up sheet. And with that, I am going to extinguish our chalice. And open up for announcements. Oh, before we open up for announcements, and I've closed the chalice, but I did have some closing words that somehow got forgotten in my mind, but not on a piece of paper. Closing words. You can all be thinking about what else you want to announce. Delighted and renewed. As we come to the end of service, may you depart from our time together, buoyed by the spirit of life, delighted by the warmth of our gathering, and renewed in both soul and mind. As we extinguish the flame of our chalice, may its lingering spark be carried in your heart until we are together again. Thank you.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in today. If you'd like to show your support, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed, and help us out by sharing this message by clicking the share button. If you'd like to make a monetary donation to you, Church Houlton, there is a link to our online donations in the video description down below. And again, thank you so much and have a blessed day.